We're at Parkville Station standing on Royal Parade. We're standing out front of one of the modest portal entrances right on the doorstep of Royal Melbourne Hospital. So this is one of the key entrances into the station that'll take us down to the concourse level and provide easy access for all the hospital workers down into our new station. The architects decided for each precinct to have their own identity, and there's a lot of elements we have as what we call a line-wide element, so they're typical or at least similar in their design language across all precincts, and these modest portals are one of them. Parkville was given blue. Some of the reasons I think the architects wanted to have blue here was it ties in well with the blue of University of Melbourne and also of Royal Melbourne Hospital. We have a total of 3 modest portals across the precinct here at Parkville, one at VCCC, one here at Royal Melbourne Hospital and one at Royal Parade, so that services both hospitals and also the university across the road. The main purpose of this station is to serve those 3 main entities, so having these entrances that feed into the below ground tunnel which goes underneath Royal Parade will make their life much easier. Almost spits out from the train onto the doorstep of the workplace. The install of the secondary steel entrances was something that we had to put a lot of planning into because we designed these steel frames to come in large singular elements. It meant that they had to be delivered by special convoy overnight. They were delivered in the wee hours of the morning and they had to be craned off these trucks into our construction zones that you could see here. There was a small amount of assembly we still did need to do before we could lift up that entire frame. The largest one's close to 50 metres long, and we assembled the elements on site and lifted them in as a single piece, which meant things could happen a lot more quickly on site. It reduced the amount of welding and fiddling around and temporary works that we needed to do here, but it did mean that there was a lot more care that needed to be taken in the planning and install works for these entrances. The volume of work remaining at Parkville is still huge, but you can just see that glimmer at the end of the tunnel now, so to speak, of where the finish line is and how it's going to look when we're all said and done.